Agut in Chodesh Rabboisai. We have here a Sudas Rosh Chodesh. You could add one type of food, the cover Rosh Chodesh, to be yotze that special mitzvah. That's a whole sif in the Shulchan Aruch. Welcome all the guests, wherever you are. I want to remind the Olam that they're changing the clocks in Eretz Yisrael this Motzei Shabbos. I think so, no?
Yes.
So therefore, make sure that you're on the right schedule. In London, it's going to be 5:10 a.m. for a little bit. In New York, 1:10. In Chicago, 12. And in Los Angeles, 10. Oh, London's the same? I don't know. That's what they put in there. New location launching tonight. Toronto Thornhill. 8:30. Check it out. Kolor Yosef. New location launching. Tom's River. Daily. Every night at 9 p.m. Kal B'nai Yisachar. Moving to new location in Williamsburg. Will be daily, every morning at 7:30. Beis Medrash. Parmeshlan. I don't want to. We have moved. This is Parmeshlan. Oh, I have to say Yishkoach to Chalomi. They gave us some free stuff. It's a beautiful breakfast. Yishkoach Moshe Einhorn for setting it up, and Chalomi. So, this is a very interesting email. I thought I'd read it. We had emails pro Weingarten, opposed to Weingarten. This is, I guess, pro Weingarten, but with a little bit of a twist. Thank you for everything. I recently started Daf Yomi at the end of the Zara. Enjoyed every moment. What I enjoy most is the drive and daily encouragement you give towards consistent learning. That's the secret of your success. With me, it's the daily, not the daf. It's not the daf, it's the Yomi. And indeed, words of Torah require strengthening. It's good that it happens every day, okay? But I wouldn't write an email just for that. So it's not a novelty that learning Torah is enjoyable, and all the more so with Rebelli. The reason I'm saying this email is simply because I was genuinely moved. There were some things in the animation about Kachim that really bothered me. I hadn't thought to comment on it for a simple reason. It's just people's faces not alike. It's the method that brings people closer to Torah, and these are the words of Hashem. All the paths are valid. The problem is that a few days ago I saw an animated shir showing Netanyahu in the Beis Hamikdash. That bothered me more than anything else. Even though it was cute and conveyed the message well, I just couldn't accept it. It made me angry. It made me sad. It didn't make me angry. It didn't make me angry. It made me sad. How can one watch a video of someone beer-headed in the Beis Hamikdash? After all, we all know that anyone who would enter the Beis Hamikdash would immediately be moved to repent of being there. No, so you put on a yarmulke, whatever, okay. Bekitzer, I thought to myself, MDY is an amazing place full of merit, but it's not for me. I'll look for another Maggid Shir. What happened? I couldn't find another Maggid Shir. In all those days, I only learned about a half a daf. Then I realized, what's the point? Just stop learning? No, I must find the Maggid Shir. But where are they up to? Which daf? Anyway, it's about the dafs, but the Yomi. So I opened up Rebelli's Shir just to see what daf we're up to. And of course, afterward, I stayed just for one more minute for the emails. And then I was moved. With Hashgacha Pratis, you read a letter about the very issue of the illustrations, and they said you try to take into consideration those who feel this way. I think that's the real success here. Using Maggid Shir, you know that represents much more, but you believe there are ways to make Torah more pleasant and draw more people toward it, and even so, you're willing to listen and genuinely take people's feelings into account. Because needless to say, it's completely good. I don't know if it's possible, please accommodate error, but the very desire and effort to do so, that's something from generations past. Today we live in a generation, okay. Al-Kapan, the bottom line is, of course, I stayed till the end of the shir. With Hashem's help, I will continue on, and I believe that because he had Hashgacha Pratis. By the way, the guy that I said bat mitzvah, he showed up last night. Told me he couldn't come the night before because his daughter's bat mitzvah, but he showed up. So hopefully, Shalom Aleichem guest. What's your name?
Elder, Naftali Elder.
From?
Amsterdam.
For real? You live in Gimel now, or you live in Amsterdam? You live in Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, Holland.
So this is a big day for us, Rabbi. So it's a unique place. Did we ever have somebody from Amsterdam? What's your name? You're also from Amsterdam?
Yes, if you're brothers.
You're joking. You're also two guys from Amsterdam?
Yes,
Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Trying to bridge the gap.
Bridge the Gap, Amsterdam. Okay, those who know.
That's England.
No, Amsterdam also has the water. It's like
We got windmills.
very famous.
really? The people do the daf over there? We got a location? We have to start an Amsterdam location. What's your name?
I'm Chaim Kara.
From? Muncie, Shalom Aleichem. What are you doing here? You in yeshiva or something?
Yeah.
Where?
Sorry.
Not sure yet. Listen, we got a great bacher here. You better accept him. All right, Givaldik. Who else? Who the guest? That's it? We have Elvis. Elvis is in the house. Wow, what a schus. Yeah, Elvis. Otherwise known as, what's his Jewish name again? Elia. All right, Rabbi Sai. Oh, we have to do some sponsorships and then we can go. What?
You don't know what?
Oh, that's right. Rabbi Sai, something came up, business related. I have to go to Chicago for 1 day. The problem is that 1 day is before Shabbos, and I can't get back until after Shabbos. But kids, it's going to stretch out for a whole week. I'm leaving Wednesday morning. That's how it goes. Wednesday morning, and I'm coming back like Tuesday after Shir. So I'm saying because somebody already wrote in that he's never learned and he's this, and he's so excited to be here for Thursday. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be here. Okay. Breakfast is sponsored for Chodesh Innovations in honor of Kalmo becoming bar mitzvah today. Mazel tov. By the way, you're on your way to finishing your 6th Masechta with Rebellion. Thanks to official. Keep it up. Wow, 6 Masechtas for bar mitzvah boy. Masechta sponsor David Solomon, dedicated memory of Rimay Rib Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Dozer from the Rocha. Masechta sponsors Lila Nishmas. Hakar Satoiv to all these Masechta sponsors. $9,000 a pop. Lila Nishmas, Doidi Shlomi Yehuda, Zuchran Roman Shmuel Chayim, Asher Shokav Loma Kachim Kol Chayav. Anonymous. L'schus for Shleim Menachem Tzvi Ben Yenta. Sponsored by Skybook Capital. In honor of our friends Meir Kovacs, Taki Shamshi Shlavik for the devotion to Torah study in the Shir. He's in America. He's coming back soon, Shamshi. Joel Gedalius, Lila Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius. Anonymous. Hatzlocha Beruchni Subigashmi, monthly sponsors. Anonymous from London, Parnasa B'Shefa. Anonymous Lashon Tova Matuka L'Schus Eliyahu Ben Chaya Dvorin in honor of my Chavrusa Simchala. Benzin Glicksman Mazel Tov to Talia on her birthday. Urgent for Shlema for Cham Yosef Ariel and Sarah Rezel. Co-sponsors for the day Yehuda Lewis, Lilu Nishmas, Brocha Leah Bas Shom Eli Melech. Daily sponsors Anonymous in honor of Reb Eitan Finkelstein and his dedication to MDY. Hashtag Cliff Jumper. Sarah Navi Sherman, Lilu Nishmas Imi Murasi, Yoel Bas Reb Avram Chana, Shenifter Shabbos Kodesh Aleph Mar Cheshvan. Anonymous, Linishmas Tzvi Hirsch ben Rebbe Leo Yecheskel for Shlema Kivi Yehuda ben Esther Nomi. Anonymous Mazel and Bracha, Harry and Esty Peril on the occasion of the bar mitzvah of our beloved grandson Dan Meyer. Anonymous Mazel Tov. Anonymous for Shlema Fenina Chanina Mazal Bas Ruby Ramo. I think something like that. Anonymous Latzlochas Ania Bas Vadim Bahakol. Anonymous Chanuni No Bezois. The Chonafei Oberstein and Esti Fertig, Mazel Tov official, Sarah Lee Gross, on Shane L'Chaya's engagement. It's a huge Simcha Mazel Tov. Daily sponsor, MDY Kids, from your biggest fans. Mazel Tov Kalmo on becoming Bar Mitzvah today. Mr. Hashem, you should grow up to emulate Rebelli. No, you should be Kalmo. MDY Art for the day. Moshe Schiff, in honor of my 28th birthday, Koyach. It should be a year of strength in Torah, learning, and Avodas Hashem. Amen. Monthly. Refuah Shleima, Yehonatan Eitan ben Basheva Bracha. Refuah Shleima, Mordechai ben Esther. Refuah Hayeled, Daniel Zev ben Ayelet Esther. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shakol. Shkoyach. Boysai, we're holding Daf Lamed Ches Amud Beis. Yeah, Lamed Ches Amud Beis. So we'll just do a quick review. You see, when you sprinkle the blood on the Mizbeach, for Chatos, let's say, there's 4 sprinkles. There's the first one, and there's everything else. The first one is the Ma'akiv. That's the one that's important. That's the one that brings the kapara. also known as a matir. It allows the carbon to continue on. You could eat it, etc. It's kapara. Then you have the other three hazais, 2, 3, and 4, if we're talking about a chatos, which they still say they're not makiv at all, but it's a mitzvah, definitely a mitzvah. Comes Rav Papa and says a list of things that these three hazais, 2, 3, and 4, are similar to hazah number 1. For instance, you can't do it at night. You need a kli. You need to do it with your finger. The important one for today's sugya is kibus. That's what we're going to be talking about in Amud Aleph. If you notice, Amud Beis is super, super short and easy. So we have a sugya of laundering. When you get blood on your clothing in the Beis Hamikdash, during certain times of Avodah, you have to wash your clothing. As we're going to see today, obviously if you get sprinkled by blood, you're a guest from Aleichem. What's your name?
Shalom Sharabi.
Shalom Sharabi. Shalom Aleichem. From?
Rockaway.
Shalom Aleichem.
Running DY today. New York.
Ah, that's you. Wow. No, you gotta when you have a plate like that, you have to come with a gift. You take it off your car and you give it. I collect those. I actually need a whole new wall in my house somewhere for all those plates. Givaldic. So, did anybody join because of your plate?
No,
For real?
35.
35 people joined MDY because of your license plate. You hear this? In Amsterdam, join MDY. You hear what's going on here? On your bike. on your boat. I don't know. So whatever you got over there.
Put it on your windmill.
Givaldic. Thank you for coming. Thank you. 35 people is not a joke. Wow. But it's a problem. If you come like the shul, whatever, they know exactly who you are, where you're going. Great. So you see, there's a whole list of things. There's the tchila. Tchila means hazah number 1. If you miss this, you're going to miss the whole shir, Mendy. Don't complain afterwards you didn't understand. There's a shvach shir. You miss this, it's over. There's the sprinkle number 1, and there's the pouring the blood into the drain, which is almost insignificant, kind of. Where do the three hazais, 2, 3, 4, fall out? So Rav Papa says some things, it's like the first thing, it's very important. Some things are not important. L'mashal, you cannot think about pigul during 2, 3, 4. It's over. The whole thing is number 1. That's where you think about pigul. That's where you mess things up. That's where the heter comes. That's where the kapara comes. There's no shirayim. There's no, if the owner dies, you can continue doing the sprinkling. That's Rav Papa. If you want to see it like this, I didn't even show this last night. I don't know why, but okay, I forgot. You see red is super chomer, and then it cools off. The first matana is unbelievable. That's the whole thing. Matana 2, 3, 4 is kind of weaker. Shirayim pouring it into the drain, there is some, it's part of the avodah, it's putting it on the base, on the mizbeach. But
there's a problem with Zoom.
oh, it's on the main system of the mizbeach, I guess. And then you have pouring it into the Amma, which is like pouring it into the sewer system. That's like very cold. That's already done. Okay, so now, by the way, I hear you. What?
When do you do the Amma? Do the Shirayim.
We're going to talk. We're going to get there. We're getting there. So, Amma is, leftover, puzzle blood. Puzzle blood you throw into the Amma. So, we're talking about one out of the top things, one of the top 7 halachas that Rav Papa said. Middle, center, second line. You see what it says? Etzba, kibus, shirayim. We're talking about kibus now. Washing your clothing, if you get sprinkled by some blood between 2, 3, 4, hazah number 2, 3, 4, you have to throw your clothes into the washing machine. So says the Gemara, Omer Papa, Mina Aminallah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, lines from the bottom. How do I know that you must wash your clothing even by hazah number 2, 3, and 4? The snan. So this gives us some insight onto laundering clothing. Think about it. You're a shaychet. You step up to an animal, a cow. Has anybody here been to a shechit of a cow? Okay, so those of you who, it's not so pleasant. The amount of blood that comes out of this animal is crazy. It just sprays everywhere, gallons upon gallons, liters upon liters of blood in force. So imagine you're the kohen, and you shech the cow in the Beis Hamikdash. Do you think you're not going to get any blood on your clothing? So you have to run to the washing machine a second later, like, what are you doing? I want to shech another thing. So for that shechita, you don't have to wash your clothes. Why? Because it never went into klisharis. It says, there's a pasuk that tells you have to wash your clothing. Here's the pasuk. Kol asher yiga b'bsara yigdash v'asher yiza midama ala beged asher yiza aleh t'chabes b'makom kadosh. Asher yiza. We're talking about hazah. If it's available to sprinkle on the mizbeach, t'chabes b'makom kadosh. You should wash your clothing. Where? Not like in the video I showed yesterday in the laundromat somewhere in the middle of Yerushalayim. In the Beis Hamikdash, you wash your clothing. So says Rav Papa, Nitaz min hatzavar ala beged eino ton kibus. Now these 4 words right here is our whole sugya, so try to remember them. Min hakeren umin hayisoid. If you sprinkle the blood onto the corner of the mizbeach and it sprays right back at you, it rebounds into your face, onto your begadim, it bounces back. Umin hayisoid. Here, so if we take this mizbeach, this has the keren right over here, and the yisoid, this thing on the bottom, the base. I don't know how you see it on the video, but okay. This part on the bottom. What's umina yisoid? You spilled it onto the base, and it bounced back onto your clothing. Here, I think we even have a video so you could see. I think so. That's that was that. Yeah. Oh. No, we have it for something else. I'll show it to you later because it's not to get to here.
You wash the clothes because of the kedusha of the blood, not because not because the clothes are dirty, right?
Right. We said if the blood comes out, it's like a combination. You can't have dirty clothes that came from kedusha. Whatever the reason is, I don't know the reason of the Torah, but if it's blood that comes out of the neck of the animal, we said nothing, you don't have to wash. If it's blood that comes after the hazais are over, after the sprinkling on the mizbeach, you don't have to wash your clothing. What about in between? Hazah number 1, for sure you have to wash your clothing. What about hazah number 2, 3? Is it like after, or it's like hazah number 1? So says Rav Papa, hazah number 2, 3 is like hazah number 1. You have to wash your clothing. How do I know? Because it says
down that spills on you from the klishares while you're going and while you're about to do the hazah.
Right.
That's the only window.
It has to be in the klishares, and it's when you're about to spray. But once it hits the mizbeach and bounces back at you, it's blood that was already did the zrika with it. Now it's bouncing back. Oh, that's already too late. That's not blood that's gonna cause you to wash your clothing.
So the problem is not to avoid with dirty clothes. The problem is having
Right.
blood that has to be
Correct. It's not about Talmud Chacham Sheshli Revav Al Bigdoi Kohen Gadol that has dirty clothing. It's about
All these videos and pictures of Kohanim in white clothing is probably not accurate. Meaning all the Kohanim are probably very dirty.
okay, but we don't want to show that, and we don't know when it happened, and then we don't want to get into it. There's other problems in the videos. Forget that. That's a small problem. It's just for. Let's get to this diuk over here. This is the important thing of the sugya right here. It says here 4 words: mina keren umina yisoid. Let's just understand what it means. You sprayed it on the keren, and it bounced back. Let me ask you a question. No, do not answer, because I see that you understand it. Everybody else. Everybody that doesn't know, try to answer this. If, it says over here, if it bounces off the horn, right back at you, a rebound, off the wall, a ricochet, onto your beged, no, you don't have to wash it. Now, what about right before I threw it onto the horn? Right before. And then it was spilled on my clothes. Do I have to wash my clothing? From the kli? From the kli. Yes. Okay, that's the whole sugya right there. That was it. It says, If it rebounds, I throw it and it hits the mizbeach and it comes back at me, then you don't have to wash your clothing. Mashma, right before it hit the mizbeach, on the way to hitting the mizbeach, or before, which would be hazah number 2, 3, and 4, you do have to wash your clothing. So that's, hold on, let's get a few words in there and then we'll ask all the questions in the world for one person. Mina keren umina yisoid einoi ton kibus. If it bounces off the horn or the yisoid, now the yisoid is way later on, so if it bounces off the base of the mizbeach, you don't have to wash your clothing. Says Rav Papa, hamina royli yisoid ton kibus. If it's a, mina roy lekeren ton kibus. If it's about to go to the horn, in other words, it's still in the kli, and from the kli it hit your clothing, then you would need a kibus, even if it's hazah number 2, 3, and 4. So it goes something like this. Mina keren, eneton kibus. We just read that if it hits the corner and it bounces back, you don't need to wash it. But what about to? It's about to go onto the horn. You all screamed out that you have to do kibus. Says the Gemara, well, wait a minute. The next word, I told you to remember these 4 words. Mina keren, mina yisoid. So let's do the same exact thing. If it bounces off the base and comes back at you, you don't have to wash your clothing. Mashma, 5 seconds before that, you do have to wash your clothing. But that's not true. Why is that not true? Let's do the same diuk. Why is it not true? Because when you're about to pour it on the yisoid, that means you are done with zrika number 1, 2, 3, 4. You're done. After zrika number 4, it's over. There's no more kedusha anymore. So why would you have to wash your clothing? But if you're going to make you're going to imply such things, you have to imply it in both ways. So then your first diuk is also off. Says Gemara asks Rav Papa, mina yisoid. It says the next 2 words are mina yisoid. If it bounces off the yisoid, any ton kibos, you don't have to wash your clothing. So I'll do the same diuk. Mina royal yisoid. But if it's about to be thrown onto the yisoid, ton kibos. Wait a minute, that's sheyizik siv. This is already after the 4 hazais. Why are you bringing it to the base of the mizbeach? Because you're done with all 4. So if you're done with all 4, it doesn't fit into the pasuk as sheyizik. Says Gemara, Hamani Reb Nechemya. You're right. This goes according to Reb Nechemya, and therefore I don't have a right to Rav Papa. This is not Reb Nechemya Omer. Sheyare Adam shekrivim b'chutz chayav. Ooh, if I bring leftover blood, and I bring it outside of the Beis Hamikdash, what's the halacha? Chayav. So Memela, if it has such kedusha that I can't even bring it outside into Bet Shemesh, then if it spills on me, I'm going to have to wash my clothing. My boy said, check out this technology. Things are getting a little crazy here. He's bringing the blood outside of Yerushalayim. That's 600 to the Shemesh, by the way. And then we have this beautiful thing that somebody made for us. What's his name again? This is the Mizbeach. Weber, maybe? That part I don't know how they did, but okay, don't ask Cassius. It's crazy stuff. All right. I'm going to write a letter to myself, Nifgati. I dry clean my socks, making fun of me.
If you put your socks in the Beis Hamikdash washing machine, is that Meila?
Is that Meila? How could you have socks in the Beis Hamikdash? How do you have socks in the Beis Hamikdash? You put them in your pocket. You have to go barefoot.
Are you wearing those socks?
Yeah, we want to see you wearing this.
I want to see what your socks are. Come on,
All right.
Your mic fell.
Wow. Okay. Zok the Heilige Gemara. Where are we? We're still on that daf? So we're still on. Oh, we have 9 minutes left to do the whole thing. If you bring the blood outside the Beis Hamikdash, you're chayav. So if you're chayav, then also if it gets on your clothing, what's the halacha? You should, according to him, you should have to wash your clothing. Says Gemara, what's the connection? He was talking about bringing bimakriv, a carbon, onto the mizbeach. I'm sorry, the blood onto the mizbeach, like bringing the imurim onto mizbeach, the fats onto, bringing it in your house in Bet Shemesh, that would be a big problem. Bring the blood and be makriv it. When you never discussed that you have to wash your clothing, he did. But Tanya, and it's a raya, Rashi says b'nichusa, yeah? It's not a question. It's a raya. Damim atunim yisoid, tunim kibos. Check out this list over here. Check this out. 3 halachas. Any blood that you're going to pour onto the yisoid, onto the base of the mizbeach, first of all, you have to wash your clothing. He says, Machshava moyelis means that I could think during that time about pigul, that I'm going to eat this carbon in a week from now and be mefagal. It's not just during the 4 hazais, but also while I'm pouring the blood. It's a chashuv thing, pouring the blood, and it's part of the avodah. You're not throwing it into the sewer, putting it on the mizbeach. And also, according to Rabbi Nechemia, if you do this outside, like we saw in the video, bring it to Bet Shemesh, you're chayav. But this check this out, beautiful video. There was a little bit of a river going through the Beis Hamikdash. We're not exactly sure how and what, but based on different pictures, let's say this is it. This is where they got fresh water, the blue, and this is where they would. You saw how the blood got on him? That's while he's pouring it into the sewer system. I'm calling it sewer. It's a grub lashon, just to explain. It's not kaddish. There's no kedusha going. This is blood that we sell to the farmers. Nachal Kidron. It goes out and we sell it. So the drainage is better. Thank you. Drainage. I like that. So let's go back to our chart. We were over here. We had 3 halachas. Now take a look what happens. That's when you're pouring the blood on the side. You have 1, 2, 3. It's severe. You have to wash your clothing. You can do pigul. But take a look over here. When you're pouring it into the drainage, you get nothing. It's nothing. So in Mela, you don't have to wash your clothing. That guy that we just saw, he got his clothing dirt. You don't have to wash it. You certainly can't be mafagal when I'm pouring into the drainage system. And if I pour it into the drainage system in Bet Shemesh, I'm potter. 3 for 3. 3 reds, no good. 3 greens, yes, good.
How do you pigul on Yisod? It's not before.
That's what he's saying. According to him, it is. According to him, it is a Yavaida. Yeah, it's the continuation. It's one of the. It's eating of the mizbeach. The mizbeach is eating. It's on the Yisod of the mizbeach. You're feeding the mizbeach. That's his shita. Says Gemara.
What blood goes to the what blood goes to the drainage system?
Puzzle blood. Who's the one that says this whole list? Who's the one that says on the right side? Number 3, that chutz is chayiv. He's the same person that says number 1 then. So here we see that Reb Nechemia does hold that you have to wash that. You said, you said you have to wash it. Here it says Mefurish, you have to wash the clothing if you're pouring it on the side. Ask the Gemara, how could you think about while you're pouring the blood on the mizbeach, you're going to think about pigul? No. But Tanya Yotzu Shirayim Vaktor Simurim She'ei Ma'akim Sakapara. We're talking about Shirayim. It says Mefurish, they do not create a kapara. She'ein machshava mayelzbem. You cannot think thoughts of pigul during the Shirayim, during the pouring on the side. Only during the 4 zrikas. That's why Rabbi Ariel was asking this question. What's going on here? It says take a look at what's going on here. We're holding over here, right? We have 2 headlines. What's dam matun yisoid on top? What does that mean? So we understood it means blood that you pour onto the base of the Mizbech. Says Gemara, no, you misunderstood. Here, take a look at it. We're talking about the three hazois. I should have written 3 hazois, okay, to understand it better. The Gemara calls them matanis. We're not talking about hazah number 1. We're talking about hazah number 2, 3, 4. In other words, to explain Ari's question, how is it possible that you do pigul? It's possible because it's one of the 4 hazois. You said dam matunim yisoid? No, I meant. So Gemara is going to ask, so why you say yisoid? Where do you put the 3 hazois? On the karen, on the mizbech, not on the yisoid. Huh?
Up to the estate.
Okay, but that's not, you don't call it that. So ask the Gemara here.
Up to the estate.
Yachi, tunim yisoid. Like karen nazli. So why is it in the headline? You need a yisoid. Says Gemara, einam ema nitanim yisoid. Yeah, eventually you're going to have to put it on the yisoid. Okay, it's a little interesting. Fine. Ask the Gemara. Okay, so naniach. Okay, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to flow with you. It's a little bit dochuk. So we're talking about the 3 hazois. Wait a minute. During those 3 hazois, you can do pigul. You can't do pigul during those 3 hazois. That's what we learned yesterday. You can only do pigul during hazah number 1. Let's take a look at that list again, just to remind everybody. Look what it says over here. I even read it out in the beginning of Shir. But Papa says hazois number 2, 3, and 4. Look at the bottom. But loy mefal guy put it in red. You cannot do pigul during 2, 3, and 4. So what are you telling me? You're talking about hazah number 2, 3, 4, and you can be mefagel? You can't. I know it's the wrong. No, it's supposed to be mefagla and it's mefalga, like a peleg. I don't know if Gershon can fix it or not. That Allah that we had yesterday, that if you bring the blood into the heichal, it ruins the entire carbon. It doesn't ruin the carbon. We're already past the first hazah. We're already by 2, 3, 4. They're not so important. So let's go back to that chart over there. We went from here. Rabbi say we said it's not talking about dam matunim yisoid. We're talking about the 3 mataris. Now we're going to go another step. We're going to say, no, we're talking about damim pnimim. We're talking about the bloods that go onto this mizbeach. That's the list. That needs kibos. That you can do pigul. That chutz is chayiv. So you're talking about pnimi. And what about the bloods that go on this mizbeach, on the regular mizbeach achitzoid? Potter? You only, it makes sense. Only if you go in the heichal are you chayiv, and you need to wash your clothing. Mashma, the other mizbech you don't. So ask the Gemara the simplest question: then why are you making an afkamina between the blood that goes in the heichal and blood that you pour into the drainage system? You should make a much better nafkamina. The list on the right is dam that goes in the heichal. The list on the left is the blood that goes in the mizbeach, the outside mizbeach, not the blood that goes into the drainage. Why are you jumping all the way to a drain? Here, let's do that. It makes a lot more sense. Now we have a beautiful, how do you say? Dichotomy. No, I liked what he said. What do you say? Comparison. Easy. It's not a comparison. It's dichotomy, but it's too hard of a word. Time out. If Bendy Oyerbach knows what it means, then we can use it. Do you know what it means? Dichotomy.
What?
I'm saying you got to know how to talk to the Amoinam, to the South Africans that lived their whole life in Eretz Yisrael. But the guys from you guys from you know the dichotomy? The dichotomy. This probably also in your what language do they speak there? Dutch. How do you say in the dichotomy in Dutch? Dichotomy. Dichotomy. What? Huh? You guys know? Google it. I'm interested in. No, Mama's excited. We had from Australia, we had from Brazil, we had this. We never had from Amsterdam. Costa Rica. What?
We should go out there.
Oh no, Taka, we should do a Shabbaton there?
Yeah, over 5 people.
No, he said the whole place knows us. How many from you that are there? A few hundred mishpachas? Yishma. Okay? I've never been to Amsterdam. Oh, Rabbi, I seriously, I just realized this morning, it's getting so close. 2.5 months from now is the next Shabbaton. January 9th, save the date. it's phenomenal, but also save your money. Because a lot of people say, oh, I didn't have enough money. Start saving, seriously. It is $1,000 a person, and it's going to be in a different hotel, a nicer hotel. Well, it's in the Hilton. It's a larger hotel. Let's call it a larger hotel. What? No, that was a few weeks ago. In the States. January 9th, we just made a Shabbaton in Eretz Yisrael. We don't do one every 3 months, but thanks for asking. The American one is January 9th in the Hilton in the same place that we were last time, but what is it? Connecticut. Promising to be a beautiful matzav. What? It's near Dallas? Why? Are you planning on coming? I'll tell you if you're planning on coming.
It's not near Dallas, no.
It's near South Africa. Same continent. Hamani, it's 4 hours away by plane. Like as long as it takes you to get from here to South Africa, basically that's how long it takes to get to Dallas. Hamani Reb Nechemi, the Omar, Shiori Adom Shekriu Machotz Chayav. Listen to what the Gemara says. Beautiful. Take a look at this chart. Everything's mamish easy. What do we have here? We have a dichotomy. We have the red and the green. If you're listening to this, forget about it. Just shut the phone off and forget it. The shir's not for you. You have the list on the right that says it's Asur. Now every time you leave Dambi, you're going to think about the video of how they're following you and everything. That's all I wanted to do. So now, Tzarech, Kibus, Machshava, Mayelas, and then you have the three on the left. But what if the three on the left, only two of them were green and one of them was red? It's not good. That's what he says. Take a look. Boom. According to Rabbi Yossi, the third one on the bottom is the same. And I want to make a comparison, a dichotomy, what's the other word? A contrast. A contrast. I want to contrast something that's all green to something that's all red. That I could only do with Nishpachim La'amo. That I can do. Here I have three. That's why I use the Nishpachim La'amo. Okay, weiter. I don't have 3 against 3, I have 3 against 2. Okay, and now we're going to just 5 more lines and we finish the sugya. Go to the easy stuff. All that's going on here is very, very pashut. Where was it? Oh, here. Remember, we're just going back to Rav Papa. What was this whole raya on the right? Says, if it bounces off the Karen, that's when you don't have to wash your clothing. But what if it didn't bounce off the Karen? It's Roy, it's 5 seconds before, you would. So the Gemara says, whoa, so if so, you have to make the same exact diuk on the next 2 words. Mina Yisoid. If it bounces off the blaze, then you don't wash your clothing. But if you almost bounced it off the Yisoid, then you would have to wash your clothing. And we know that's not true because it's already after all the hazais and you don't have to wash your clothing. Says the Gemara, you misunderstood. Mina Yisoid doesn't mean Mina Yisoid. Mina Yisoid means about to put it on the Yisoid. Take a look. We're going to put the word Roy on top. And Memela, what happens? The bottom falls off. You don't have a diuk anymore. But why would I do something like that? So the Gemara explains it very nicely. That's the only way to understand it. There's no other way. In short, because if this is what it said, it makes no sense. Once I get to the point of Keren, and I sprayed it, and I don't need to wash my clothing, Mina Yisoid is way, way further down the line. Why would I even think you have to wash your clothing there? It makes no sense. But if it's Roy for the Yisoid, let's see inside. Rabbeinu Amar Mina Keren Mamish, Mina Yisoid, Mina Roy Yisoid. We're talking about the brisa that we read, and it says Mina Yisoid, it means Roy La Yisoid. Roy, it's about to go on the Yisoid, and that's why. And even in that case, you don't wash your clothing. If you're already inserting a word, Roy, do this, check it out. Do it to the one on the right. They have to be symmetrical. So here, put another word, Roy. If that's Roy, if the side is only about to, so the Karen is about to. And then what? Then Rav Papa doesn't have his raya, it falls off also. He doesn't have his deal, because it is the deal. You can't say, Royal Karen, you don't need to do kibbutz. Mashra that Royal Karen, you don't need to do kibbutz. There's no such deal, right? So anyway, This would make zero sense, says the Gemara. If they're the same thing, then why would I even say it? In other words, if what's Roy Lekaren? Let's think about it. I'll just explain a tiny bit. Roy Lekaren means it's about you're in middle of Zrika. You're about to do Zrika. You're about to do number 2, 3, 4. You're about to. You don't have to wash your clothing. So if you're about to, you already finished all the Zrikas, and you're about to put it into the drain or into the Yesod, of course you don't have to wash your clothing. Why would I have to say it? It's way further down the line. If at this point you don't have to wash your clothes anymore, at the Zrika number 1 you do have to wash your clothes. Once it comes to Zrika 2, 3, 4, you don't have to wash your clothes anymore. So certainly, when you're done with 3, 4, you're after 4, of course you don't have to wash your clothes. In Mela, we must say that the way you read it is as follows, Minat Keren. If it bounces off the Keren, you don't need to do Kibos. But if it's right to the side, you're about to go, he said you don't need Kibos also. It didn't bounce off. You're already after 3. You're already after 4. You don't have to wash your clothing. And that Rav Papa has a good raya, because it seems like only if it bounces off the Keren, you don't have to wash your clothing. But if you're about to, you're right, it's 5 seconds before, you do have to wash your clothing. And that's why Rav Papa said is halacha. Going back to this chart, he said that once you're holding by Hazan number 2, 3, 4, when it comes to Kibos, you have to wash your clothing just like you would wash it by Hazan number 1. New sugya, we could do this in 3 minutes. It says in the Mishnah, if you, what's going on in the Heichal on Yom Kippur? There might be a little confusion. Let's settle it right now. How many bloods do you do on Yom Kippur? Or for a par helm davar, when Sanhedrin makes a big boo-boo, they say you could eat chaylev. So you have to bring a par. Or they say you could do avodah zarah, you have to bring a par. There's 5, I think. 4 or 5. Maybe 5. How many bloods? 4 on this mizbeach that's inside the heichal, 7 on the floor. 1, 2, 3 in a nice row. There's lamala, you go like this, and then there's lamato here. Oh, I forgot to show you this. This is Shiraim. That was his way of being cute in Shiraim. It's a Rebbe giving Shiraim. I got it. Oh.
Very disturbing video.
So I didn't even show this. I didn't even know it had a video.
Maybe we should put it away.
So a chassid in the shir last night said, you're going to get more emails about this than the Kohen Gadol being Mevayis the Kohen Gadol.
Everyone agrees this won't get what it is. Right.
Okay, I'm definitely going to leave it on for another 10 seconds. Oh, okay, so. Where was I? What was I looking for? Oh, here, this. This is the 7. This is the 7 dam on the floor right by the kapairas, paroichas, and here he is. This is a combination of a few of our artists. One had to create the whole thing. He created all the kelim. The other one made it into a video. But he applies the blood. I actually built one of these myself. Remember when we learned Yuma, I built one of these and I did the blood on the corner. Okay. So, says the Gemara, how do I know that if I miss one of all these things, instead of 7 on the floor, I put 6. Instead of 4 on here, I put 3. You have to start all over. It's nothing. Huh? I only need to know 7.
Isn't the 7 on top? The 7 on the top of the mizbeach?
No, we said it's on the floor. It's keneged paroichas. Keneged.
2 different things.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to argue with you. You know better. Yes, you're right.
In front of the parochas, another shmona. And then you do 4 on the mizbeach, and then another 7 on top.
We're going to get to the on top in a second. Oh, okay. Maybe. I don't know. So for this we have to see the psukim real quickly. Check this out. It's beautiful. Very, very simple. It says, Kohen HaMashiach. So this par, Kohen HaMashiach. This is a special bull for the Kohen Gadol. What does he do? V'hizam and Adam, Sheva Pamim. 7. And then it says he puts V'nos and HaKohen Adam al Karnas Mizbach HaKtoyer. So remember, 7 and on the Mizbeach. Now we have another pasuk of a bunch of pasukim in the same parasha. It says, "V'mkol adas Yisrael yishgu." So this is what? Par hel and davar. Something completely different. What do? Same exact thing. Visa sheva pamim al karnetzem mizbeach. And then what does the pasuk say? V'asal par kasher asal parachatas. We already have all these pasukim that say you should do the same exact thing. So why do I need pasuk chaf to say do the same thing? That's very extra. So it says the Gemara, what happens in Kachim when the Torah repeats itself? What's the halacha? Shana levakosov la'akev. It makes it, it locks it, and says you have to do it. You have no way out of it. If you don't do it, puzzle. So the Gemara says, this is Shana olav hakosov la'akev. If you miss one, it's nothing. That's the 7. These 7 over here. How do I know that these 4 over here are also makiv? This is how you should do it. Now, it does say in the pasuk lapar twice. What's the double lashon? Lapar is a parim kippurim. Kasher also lapar is a par koyim Mashiach. Daf Lametes Amud Beis. Sponsored by Adar Global Nishmas Reb Zelig ben Rav Meir Meisel Zechron Levracha Nishmas Reb Yehuda Doy ben Reb Yisrael Zechron Levracha Yoni Meisel's father. Who's the other one? His grandfather. The Neshama should have an aliyah. Anonymous. As a schus v'atzloch and ruchnis and gashmias. Judah Elisheva and Batya Schlesinger for Hatzlocha and Simcha for Yol Yuda ben Dvoira Elisheva Miriam Baschana and Batya Bas Elisheva Miriam. What is this? Just Lavi sign is just updated. Bnei Yisachar Times River Shkoich to Paltiel Schwartz for arranging locations, sponsoring the tech. Yishur Koyach Yevaldik. There's even a regular sign on the bottom right over there. Okay, says the Gemara. We got another few minutes here. We're not late because we started 8:20 something. We'll be fine. Okay. So now we just spoke about the par of Yom Kippur, and the other one is the par of Kohen Mashiach. What do? You do all this avodah inside the heichal, not in the azara, inside the heichal. Hachatos elu siiri avodah zara. Now the Gemara is going to want to know who told you the chatos means the goats for Klal Yisrael doing avodah zara. This is the tzibur, yeah. Roiv tzibur did avodah zara. Says Gemara, Yochel shani mar ba'af sir haragolim. Maybe this is referring to the goats of Yantiv. Usiire Raboisai, kiss from Hashem. Usiire Rosh Chodashim. Mamish today. Mamish kiss from Hashem. Maybe it's talking about the goats of Rosh Chodesh. Tamaloi mar loy. No, it's memait only the ones of Avodah Zarah. You have an option that the goats of Avodah Zarah have to do neichel, but the goats of the Rosh Chodesh maybe you also do neichel. No, it says loy. Maybe the opposite. Maybe the goats of Rosh Chodesh should be in the heichal and Avodah Zarah outside the heichal. Says the Gemara. No, it makes a lot of sense. I do want to pause here because I thought we had a little bit more time than usual. I think we do. Check this out. I don't know, I didn't check it, but to me it seems like the shortest siman in Shulchan Aruch. The entire siman is only 5 words. Mitzvah laharbois besuudas Rosh Chodesh. Look it up in Hilchas Rosh Chodesh. Siman Tov Yud Tes, only 5 words. Mitzvah laharbois besuudas Rosh Chodesh. Is a mitzvah. So says the Mishabura. Mitzvah laharbois v'avagav dimikir chiyuva einu mechuyev lechol dvar matunim birkas hamazon. You don't have to wash your hands like on Shabbos and Yontif. V'yachol latzis b'shari dvarim kedal. You could use these fruit. Here, give me one of these fruits. Let me show the Eilam. You could eat one of these. This is something different than you don't eat every day. This you could be yaitz sudas Rosh Chodesh, says the Mishnah Berurah. Listen to this. We know this, but it's kedai techazer. Because Baruch Hu tells you how much parnasa you're going to get from one Rosh Hashanah to the next. If you buy Castel wine for Shabbos, it doesn't come off the bottom line. If you buy extra food for your family for Rosh Chodesh, it doesn't come off your parnasa bill. v'chalamayit. Then he goes on to say, "Besudas Rosh Chodesh near the Masha Marbe Besuda b'yoyim l'chvoid Rosh Chodesh dai. Ve'in tzarich laharba is gam b'layla. You don't have to make a suda at night. It's enough one during the day." And then he says, "The amedaktikim noigim shchal Rosh Chodesh b'chol oisim machal echad yoyser." It's interesting halacha. Not everybody knows about it. To eat one more thing on a regular Rosh Chodesh, on a weekday Rosh Chodesh, and on Shabbos, if Rosh Chodesh falls out on Shabbos, you add one more food to your Shabbos meal that you typically don't have. Says the Gemara. And the guys that are waiting in the back, you just know that we started Shir because of Vesikin, so davening started about 10 or 50, it ended 10 or 15 minutes late, so, but we're going to be not so bad today. So, very simple. Why do you decide that Avodah Zarah goes inside the Heichal, not Rosh Chodesh? Because of miyot. There's one riboy, one miyot. Marvani Yisrael makes more sense to say that Avodah Zarah goes in the Beis Hamikdash in the Heichal. Shemachavrim al Averes Mitzvah Yidua. Everybody knows why we're bringing this carbon. We're bringing it why? Because the Klal Yisrael did Avodah Zarah. But Rosh Chodesh, what is Rosh Chodesh? Does the Olam remember what Rosh Chodesh comes for? Rosh Chodesh comes for. What does it come for? No?
The non-known Yirchatov.
Right, the non-known Aveira of Tumas Mikdash v'Kedashav. Tumas Mikdash v'Kedashav. V'chiper. So that's it. So Meila makes a lot more sense to put Avodah Zarah in the Eichel, not a Rosh Chodesh, because we don't know what's coming for. We don't know the people and the what and what. V'chiper Aval Pi Shalei Samach. This is smicha of an animal. We know what it is, but we'll show it anyway. If you don't do this, you still get a kapara. To lean your body weight on the animal's head. V'nislach avapish le'nosan shirayim. Even if you don't do the shirayim, it's not ma'akev, you're yaitza. As the Gemara, why when it comes to the 7 hazois, the 4 hazois, you said that if you miss one, it's gone, it's over, you got to do it all over. But when it comes to leaning on the animal, you said it's not a problem. Says the Gemara, very simple. We have throughout the entire kachim, we'll see that the azah, they're ma'akim. If you don't do it, you don't get a kapara. Those throughout the whole kachim, not leaning on an animal doesn't ruin the carbon. Not doing shirayim doesn't ruin the carbon. So the same thing over here. Rabbi Sai, have a good chodesh, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.